Thank you so much, Dr. Saturnina Abahon, our Education Program Supervisor in Mathematics, for presenting to us the participants for this long week activity. We are very grateful that you have actually presented to us all the participants coming from the six qualities in this division. For the information of everyone, this is actually an interfacing. Maybe you are wondering why we are involving the mathematics in the ELLN. That's because of the word numeracy in the ELLN. It's very important that we are not only teaching our children how to read and write, but also how to count. That's why we are very grateful of the participation and support of the mathematics in this activity. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad that joining with us this morning are also two other education learning supervisors, of course, under the CID. To start the introduction of facilitators for English, please help me in welcoming Dr. Bilen Cuevas.
Dinas 1 District. Ang kanyang tatalakayin ay ang Session 4, Paglinang sa Tatas, tungo sa malayang pagbasa. Ang panglima na tagapagdaloy natin ay isang consistent winning coach sa campus journalism. Laging tumatanggap ng papuri. Siya po ay si Ginang Brehelda C. Kanama, Master Teacher 1 of Mahayag South or School of Arts and Trade, Mahayag School of Arts and Trade ng Mahayag North. At itatalakayin po ni Ma'am Kanama ang Session 6, pagtuturo ng pagbasa ng may pag-unawa. At ang Session 13, pagtuturo ng pagsusunod-sunod ng mga pangyayari. Yan po si Ginang Kanama. Ang kasunod po natin na facilitator o tagapagdaloy ay nakilala sa pagiging malikhain sa kanyang paghanda ng mga estratehiya sa pagtuturo ng senior high school. Si Ginang Aldimaer B.O., Teacher 2, Secondary School Teacher 2 ng Molave Vocational Senior High School ng po ay tatalakayin po niya ang Session 7 o ikapitong sesyon. Pamimili ng angkop ng teksto para sa pagtuturo ng pagbasa at siya rin ang mamamahala sa Session 9, pagtuturo ng pagtukoy ng pangunahing ideya. Yan po si Ginang Aldimaer Hoy. Ang kasunod po natin na tagapagdaloy, isa ring malikhaing guro na nagpapakita ng interes sa paglinang sa kasanayan sa ating mga mag-aaral. Consistent winner po sa ating NSPC. Galing po siyang Tugigaraw. Siya po ay si Lihia Mabulay, isang secondary school teacher 2 ng Tambulig National High School, Senior High School, Tambulig 1 District. Tatalakayin po niya ang Session 12, pagtuturo ng sanhi at bunga. Yan po si Ginang Lihia Mabulay. Ang kasunod po natin na tagapagdaloy ay kilalang-kilala sa organisasyon sa Zamboanga del Sur School Paper Advisors. Kasi po, siya po ay isang kalihim or secretary ng Zamboanga del Sur School Paper Advisors Association. At siya po ay isa sa mga tagapagdaloy sa panrehiyong pagsasanay sa pagtuturong literacy. Pati na rin sa mga journalism ay siya po ay isa sa mga tagapagdaloy sa regional na training. Siya po ay si Ginang Marie Jasmine Abay Abara, isang secondary teacher 2 of Francisco Relacion Senior High School, the lone senior high school in Labangan 1 o 2 District. Siya po ay tatalakayin po niya ang pagtuturo ng pagtukoy ng detalye ng teksto. Okay, yan po ay si Marie Jasmine Abay Abara. Ang kasunod po ay siya po ay isang napaka-aktibo rin sa may napapakita ng positibong saloobin na maitataguyod ang paggabay sa mga mag-aaral. Kahit baguhan lang po siya na maging tagapagdaloy, pero sinisika po niya na maging matagumpay ang ating training. Siya po ay si Archie P. Colyamat, isang teacher 2 ng Tukuran Technical Vocational High School ng Tukuran West District. Tatalakayin po niya ang Session 11, pagtuturo sa pagtukoy ng tuno at damdamin ng teksto, at Session 14, pagtuturo ng pagtukoy ng katotohanan o opinyon. Mga kaibigan ko sa Filipino, sana po ay maging matagumpay ang ating pagsasanay nang dahil sa pagsisikap ng ating mga tagapagdaloy, ngunit Hindi po maging magtagumpay ang ating pagsasanay kung hindi naman magiging aktibo ang ating mga kalahok. Kaya po, God bless po sa lahat. Sana pagpalain tayong mabuti araw-araw at matagumpay ang ating pagsasanay. Mabuhay and Godspeed po.
Maraming salamat sa ating kapitapitagang APS of Filipino Dr. Josephine L. Tumbok sa malinaw na pagpapakilala sa lahat ng mga tagapagdaloy sa pangkat Filipino. All our facilitators are actually well chosen. Lahat po sila di kalibre. Why? Because they are all regionally trained facilitators. In fact, some of them have already facilitated in the regional level. So we can assure you, all our participants, that our facilitators can give you the sessions you really deserve. At this point, we are so honored to have with us one person from the regional office who will give us a message. He is the education program supervisor in English. Please help me in welcoming Dr. Rodolph John T. Rodriguez.
Okay, good morning. A pleasant morning to all of us. My highest respect to all our officials, the schools division superintendent of the office of the schools division superintendent, especially to our OIC SDS Dr. Marani M. Jacinto, CESO 6, to OIC ASDS Sir Raymond Salvador, to OIC ASDS Dr. Romeo Daligdig, to our CID Chief, Dr. Juliet Magallanes, to our Division ELLN Coordinator, Ma'am Gay Abduhan, my fellow EPS in the Schools Division of Zamboanga del Sur, Program Management Team, to our facilitators of both English and Filipino groups, participants of this training, once again, good morning. I am requested by our Chief of the CLMD, Dr. Eugenio B. Pinales, to represent the office in lieu of him because he is in the verge of a meeting right now, so he has to attend to that meeting as well. Now, well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Schools Division Office of Zamboanga del Sur for having conducted this training because this is very timely in a sense that our learners actually are at the verge of a seesaw. There is a tug of war between how to learn and the question whether are they learning and how do they learn or not. In this time where there is actually uncertainty whether the modules that we are providing our learners with are actually being read by them, is actually still at the merge of whether learning is still a process or a product. There is a need to provide our teachers something that can scaffold them in as much as they want to provide interventions for their learners. The ELLN training package, especially the literacy instruction, is designed for our teachers to provide in-depth training for the critical contents on reading. You know, for the information of everyone, I was one of those who was tapped at the very start of this training. The literacy instruction was started last 2019, okay, and it was during that time when the results of the World Bank research on the fact that Philippines ranked second from the last in terms of reading, in terms of mathematics performance and science performance. It was the results coming, These were the results coming from the Program International for Students Assessment. And the results were very alarming. There were people who were tapped to think of ways on how to provide interventions to address the alarming results. And so for reading, the Bureau of Teaching Learning Delivery thought of coming up a training package to upskill and reskill the teachers who are actually handling reading programs. I do understand that in the field, we have provided various reading programs. In fact, we actually have patterned the programs to some acronyms, to names, to virtues, to advocacies. However, there is a question as to how did we design the instructional concept of reading? And that is where this training package would come in. The training package comes in a process that has to be aligned with the big six of reading. As we all know, reading is not done in a way that you just have to provide materials and that's it. We have to follow the process of reading. We have to follow the oral language, the fluency, the communicative language part, the vocabulary, and then you go up to reading comprehension skills. And this is what makes this training package very good for our teachers, because they will be walking through as to how we should be teaching our kids, our struggling learners, the oral fluency, and eventually the different reading skills for reading comprehension. And that's why I am grateful for this schools division for starting this training package already. In fact, we still have other trainings to be conducted in the regional level, and we also already have funds to be downloaded to the field in connection to ELLN implementation. We have another training to be conducted by this summer, which is on grade 1 primer. And then afterwards, we will have grade 2 primer and a lot more primers. The intention of which is to provide our teachers the know-how, the nitty-gritty on how to stitch the problems regarding reading comprehension, especially in the time of a pandemic. We are in the era where reading is so primordial, where reading is actually integral, and that reading is the only key for us to succeed in this home-based modular setting. It is ironic to think that we are providing our learners with self-learning modules, and yet we are actually bombarded by the fact that we actually have an increasing number of learners who could hardly read. Now, if you would like to think, there is this unreconciled dilemma between providing our learners with self-learning modules that they have to answer in a self-paced, that means they have to independently answer the modules, and yet our data would tell us that there are many, the large chunk of the learners that we have are actually struggling in terms of reading comprehension. And so we have to provide a very timely intervention for them, because if we don't provide them, then all of these efforts, burning midnight candles, providing them the radio-based instruction, the TV-based instruction, plus you have the supplementary materials, then others, you have the supplementary activities, name them. We all have the interventions provided for our learners. But the bottom line is, the very requirement for us to succeed in all the interventions that we are having, locally or nationally implemented, is to make every learner a reader. And that, until now, in this very pandemic, is still posed as a challenge. And I also pass this, not just a challenge, but an opportunity to provide a wider range of opportunities for our teachers to think outside the box, to view reading not just an opportunity to provide materials to our learners, because that is not the end in itself. Materials will be found futile if not coupled with theoretical foundation and instructional knowledge by our reading implementers. Hence, we are encouraging all our participants to refresh. Some concepts may not be new to us because we have been implementing reading and reading as not as a subject, but as a skill and a foundational requirement for learners since time immemorial. But there is so much to learn anew for this training package. And that's it. Let us enjoy. And I extend on behalf of our new regional director, Dr. Ruth Fuentes, to our OIC in this office for this week. We have ARD Melchor M. Natividad, to our chief in the Curriculum Learning Management Division, to my fellow EPs in the in here in this region. I say congratulations, and please listen. This is an opportunity where we can learn. We can do a leeway not to listen or not attend at all. But this is an opportunity that would come perhaps once, and the challenge now is to sustain our energy, because after all, the ones that we will be reaping for this endeavor are our learners. Okay, and so that would be all. Thank you for having me in this platform. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rodolph John T. Rodriguez, our Regional Education Program Supervisor in English, for imparting to us a very wonderful message that inspires and encourages our reading teachers to pursue what they have to do in order to teach our children how to read and write despite the distance of our learners from our teachers. Nako, napakahirap turuang magbasa ng mga bata nung panahong nasa gilid sila ng mga guro. How much more today na nasa kani-kanilang mga tahanan sila. But we are equipping our teachers through this virtual training. And we are believing on the effect and the impact of this training for the development of our reading teachers. At this point, without further ado, we are so honored also to have with us our reading coordinator in the division, Ma'am Evangeline Lamayo, for that training orientation.
Happy and wonderful Monday morning, everyone. My task is to give the training orientation to provide and to ensure convenient flow of this 5-day training. This is a 5-day virtual training. All participants are expected to actively join and participate in all activities. Facilitators will deliver the sessions in the morning. Participants will complete assigned tasks in the afternoon of your asynchronous learning. Completed tasks and assignments will be submitted in the Google Classroom, where the ICT staff will monitor responses. Before the end of today's morning sessions, participants will be oriented on how to access the Google Classroom and how to submit completed tasks. We believe that Google Classroom is new to others. There may be some who are already familiar with Google Classroom, and we are very happy that we have our ICT staff who can also give an orientation, a short orientation on the use of your Google Classroom. Please check your participation today. We are worried if you are misplaced in this batch because our communication sent in the field was changed. And please check if you are in for today's batch. For batch 1, only Key Stage 3, or we mean junior high school participants, and all participants from Quality 6 will be accommodated during the split sessions. And we are very sorry if you do not belong to this group, we cannot accommodate you during our split sessions. Please take note of your virtual room through Google Meet. And please have screenshot on this. For English group, meeting code is on the screen. And for the Filipino group, your meeting code is also there. I believe you are already given, you were given by your public schools district supervisors with the different links of your Google Classroom. Completed task and assignments and your daily attendance are the basis of receiving your certificate of participation. Meaning, it's very important to submit all your required tasks and assignments so that you will be given your certificate of participation. And also, you need to if ever you encounter difficulties in accessing the Google Classroom, please contact the OD or we have here our assigned ICT staff, Mr. Ian Mark Moncada for English group and Mr. June Dimitilio for the Filipino group. Do not worry because they are in our platform throughout the duration of our training. Never forget to log in your daily attendance and daily evaluation. The link will be posted every day in your respective virtual room. And please manage your time. Be fair in giving your best for the training. We mean, if you have other tasks in your field, we really ask you to give and devote your best attention as you listen to this 5-day virtual training. And please secure stable internet connectivity. Don't stay in a place where you will be disconnected during the meeting. So if you think your place now is not unstable, if it is unstable, please secure for a stable internet connectivity. And further, or essential instructions during the split sessions will be given by the officers of the day and the respective ICT staff of both English and Filipino. Let me end with this. Working hard for something we don't care is called stress. But working hard for something we love is called passion. Wonderful morning and have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Evangeline Lamayo, our Division Reading Coordinator, for giving us the training orientation. I hope I was able really to capture the last words you said before you end your part. It was actually very, very wonderful to remember always as we are giving our public service. Thank you so much once again, Ma'am Evangeline Lamayo. At this point, we will be giving you our Division SMME Coordinator, Sir Arturo Jr. S. Antiquina, for the SMME matters.
To the top management and to the program owner of this activity, to the support staff, the education program supervisors in the CID, for quality assurance, technical assistance, monitoring and evaluation matters. we would like to emphasize to comply the online evaluation because that is part of your assignment or job embedded learning, and complying that would mean a different thing or would count as your participation for the day. In the virtual classroom or in this virtual platform, we could hardly trace whether you are serious in attending or participating the seminar. So that NIAP issued an order and directives that the compliance to the online evaluation will form part as accounting of your participation. So with that, I am encouraging everyone to please pay attention to the day's session and comply the online evaluation. We would like also to inform you that the online evaluation link will be posted here in the virtual room, and that will be open in the afternoon until 10 o'clock in the evening. If you miss to comply on the time, please inform the program owner so that we may give you due considerations. That's all. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much, Sir Arturo Jr. S. Antequina, for discussing to us the SMME matters. So we are actually reminding everyone to please be sure to comply all the evaluation in every day for the whole week. All right, once again, nagpapasalamat po tayo sa lahat ng mga education program supervisors who are involved in this endeavor. We are very grateful for your effort. And then we are also very grateful to our curriculum implementation division chief, Dr. Juliet A. Magallanes, for your very big support for this endeavor under the program of Dr. Gay Asugas Abduhan, our ELLN coordinator. Nagpapasalamat din po tayo sa panahong ibinigay sa atin ng regional office in the person of Dr. Rodolph John Rodriguez, the education program supervisor in English, who have shared to us also a very challenging and informative message to inspire more our teachers in the field in teaching reading. We are reminding our participants of your split sessions. Links have already been forwarded in your respective group chats so that you will be guided where where platform are you going to visit for the split sessions. Once again, nagpapasalamat din po tayo sa bumubuo ng ating production team headed by our Division ITO, Sir Chester Bayukot, at sa lahat po ng mga members na patuloy sumusuporta sa ating production. Maraming salamat. This has been your moderator, Brian Telempros, from the Human Resource Development Section. Mabuhay po ang Division of Zamboanga del Sur.
Zamboanga del Sur Division, one of the largest divisions in Zamboanga Peninsula, has been the forefront of innovation and exemplary services even amidst the challenges posed by this pandemic. Led by its school's division superintendent, Dr. Maharani Jacinto, and through its more or less 10,000 personnel, it has remained dedicated in its pursuit for excellence and its mandate of ensuring the delivery of quality basic education to its learners. With a strong partnership with the local government and various community sectors, this division was able to engage in both curricular and extracurricular endeavors, such as the Adab a Barangay Bayanihan project. With the production of self-learning modules, the division also conducted a unified and simultaneous orientation to its parents. Signifying the laudable leadership, SDS Jacinto also led the monitoring of Glab Elementary School, a last mile and IPED school in the province. With their limited resources, Principal Joel Arnejo and the teachers of Glab Elementary School also featured their program, Tingog sa Kawanangan. This division also has a weekly radio program named Ang Takna sa DepEd. Another school also recently implemented the Walkie Talkie project. Finally, with applications pouring in, An online orientation using Microsoft Teams Live was conducted last March 8, 2021. These are just some of the best practices implemented by Zamboanga del Sur Division for school year 2020-2021. As a catalyst of holistic and continuous improvement, this division pledges to pursue the heights of exceptional service delivery and be an agent in the development and success of Filipino learners. Dahil sa DepEd, sama-sama tayo sa pagsulong ng edukalidad.
On behalf of all the learners of the Division of Zamboanga del Sur and as your SPG Regional President, I, Princess Carsten C. de la Peña, would like to extend my deepest gratitude to all our teachers, our schools, and the Department of Education in general for working hand in hand to make sure every child's right to learning is fulfilled. Despite the challenges that this school year's new normal possess, I know we can overcome. Thank you very much, DepEd.